Well, hello there. Good morning. What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Dana Spencer pre show where we talk about solving problems, building relationships, quitting corporate, and the freedom to walk in your God given purpose. And so today we are double clicking into building relationships. So, why is it so important to build relationships as it relates to investing in real estate? So when I first got into the real estate game, that's all I heard, that it was a relationship business. It was a relationship business. If I had a dollar for every time I heard somebody say that, that's all I heard, was that it was a relationship business. And I didn't get it at first. There are going to be a lot of things you hear from me and other people in the real estate game that you're not going to understand initially, but the more you are around people who invest in real estate, the more you start to learn and grow in real estate, the more you will understand. So please stick around. Don't abandon it. So, what does it mean? Why is it so important? I believe it's so important with investing in real estate is because you can't do this by yourself. Like, there are a lot of people who are, general contractors, and you can be a real estate agent and a developer and a property management company. Like, once you start getting into real estate and you need certain things, you're going to want to start certain businesses. I'll give you a really good example. So when I was looking at property, and whenever I look at property, there are so many overgrown trees. And so when I first started looking around, like, trees can be scary. Like, in order to take down a tree, sometimes it can cost anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000. Like, it's a major ordeal. And so I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start a tree service, a tree company where I cut down trees. So, and then when I was going to do a short term rental, I was like, I'm just going to open up a cleaning business. There was the old Bill Rowlands cleaners on 36 and is that River Park? Anyway, in Louisville, Kentucky. And I remember thinking, I'm just going to buy that and I'm going to open it back up and I'm going to start a cleaning business, because if you're in short term rentals, then cleaning and the linen, that is going to be a big expense. So when you start to get into this, your mind is going to do the same thing. And if it doesn't, let me know, because I'm curious if it's just me or if it's just part of the game. So building relationships, you're going to have to build relationships with the people who you're going to need. You're going to need a general contractor. You're going to need a real estate agent, an investor friendly real estate agent. You're going to need attorneys and accountants and contractors. Like, there's so many people, property management companies, security. I mean, there's so many, I could go on and on. There's so many people that you are going to need in order to be successful. So here's the challenge. These people are so busy. You're going to need lenders, right? You're going to need banks. You're going to need somebody who is going to loan you their money. There are so many different people that you need in order to be successful with real estate. They are so busy. What is going to be the difference between you and them as to why they are going to call you back? Think about real estate agents. For the most part, they have a ton of people calling them. They have, they're dealing with buyers, they're dealing with sellers, they have their broker. There's so many things that they are juggling. And so if you are Joe Blow calling them, wanting them to show you houses, you're a new investor and you just not got started and you want to go see a whole bunch of houses, like, what is going to make them call you back? I'm sure when they pick up their phone, they've got 10 other, they might have 100 other people just like you calling them. Why are they going to call you back? Right? I mean, this is real. And it's all about building those relationships. When you see them at, local meetings and, you have established a relationship, you take them out for coffee, you take them out for lunch. They're so busy, they may not even be in a position to do this. So what is going to set you apart? Why are they going to call you back? And so that's why relationships are so important, because at the end of the day, I believe people call me back. Why? Because I build relationships with people as well as add value. That's going to be one of the keys, is the ability for you to add value to the relationship. What is it that you can do? As my grandfather would say, what is it that you bring to the table that is going to make them call you back? I know when I was renovating, obviously I hire I hire professionals. Like I don't do anything myself hardly. So, and I believe in building the relationships because why? You should surround yourself with people who are going to help you to solve the problems that will come up. I don't want to hang dry wall or paint or lay floors or install windows. Like I don't want to do any of that, right? I'm not an electrician. Like I don't want to do any of that. So I build the relationships with people so that they call me back. Well, why? Because I'm adding value to the situation. And energy. You hear a lot this day and age about energy. And what energy are you bringing to the table? Like, people don't want to work with somebody who is just a stick in the mud. Like, are you grumpy? Are you easy to get along with? Are you rough around the edges? So take that into consideration. And so, what I was saying with one of the rentals that I had, when it was being renovated, like I was buying snacks. I mean, some of their kids were there. I had high C drink pops. I had Reese um, um, Rice Krispie treats, like all kind of just treats. Why? Because I want you to renovate my property. I want you to complete the job, and I want to do my part to help you to make sure that you'll come back to me. I tip my contractors. I just do. If you're at a restaurant and you get good service, whether or not I get good service or not, honestly, I tip. I tip everybody. I tip my beautician. I tip my nail tech. I tip my eyebrow. Like I tip everybody. Why? Because I want you to be able to remember me and to just bring a little bit of joy to your life. Like how if an extra $5 or $10 on, added to your beautician or to your nail tech, like that goes a long way. And I believe that when you need to get your hair done in a pickle or you need to get your nails done, your eyebrows done, or whatever, they're going to remember the fact that you consistently tip them and they may be willing to go out of their way. Maybe they don't do their services on a Monday or on a Saturday, but because of that relationship that you've built with them, they're willing to bend the rules a little bit. Why? Because you bring good energy, because you've been tipping them, because you have been fostering that relationship. Now they're willing to go the extra mile for you too. And so, what does the Bible say? A man that hath friends must show himself friendly. So, you have got to show yourself friendly to make sure that you are cultivating that relationship so that the people will call you back. And then at the end of the day, it's all about relationships over transactions. I'll be honest with you. Shout out to my contractor, DeAndrea Robinson. She said this to me like early on, and I promise you, I probably looked at her like she had two heads. She told me, I was looking at one. This was when I first met her, and we were looking, and you will hear from her. I will be interviewing her real soon. She doesn't know it. I haven't mentioned it to her yet, but she will be on the Dana Spencer show very, very soon. And I was looking at one of her newly renovated properties, and I was asking her if she had a business card, and she said she didn't have a business card. I was like, "What do you mean you don't have business cards? Like, how do you market yourself?" She's like, "I don't do any marketing." And I'm like, what are you talking about? And the times that I am with her, I promise you, her phone is blowing up all the time, all the time. So to my point, why is somebody who is constantly, why are they going to call you back? What value are you bringing to their lives? And so she said this. She said, when you build relationships, the money will come. And I just looked at her. I was like, honestly, my first thought was, does she really believe that? Right. But the more I'm in real estate, I understand people don't need your money, but it's the relationship, it's the connection, right? It's the energy. Like, what vibe are you bringing? Are you somebody who they genuinely want to work with? So, let me share my screen real quick and we'll talk about this area of building relationships as it relates to the flight assessment. So, the part of the flight assessment that deals directly with building relationships is the flight attendant. And this is our influence with people and how we are interacting with people. So it's how we interact with other people as well as how we influence them. So I'm showing you my personal assessment. So for me, this is where I am in terms of a flight attendant. So this gray bar here, this is where I can I can raise it up a notch, but this area for me is when I feel like I'm being watched. That's when you're in the gym and you feel like the cute guy is watching you do your curls. This is when you're in a meeting and the big boss is in there. Like this, I can't adapt up. But this is the frustrating zone. If it doesn't come natural for you to build relationships and you have to work at it, then when you're having to work at it, that uses up a lot of energy for you. And it's going to be harder, probably. It's going to take you longer to build your energy back up. You're going to probably have to go somewhere and like lay down because using up a lot of energy really drains you. For me, other people bring me energy. So, like Wednesdays, for example, Wednesdays are my long day, and I have everything. Wednesdays are my longest day. And at the end of the day, I have a meeting at like 9 o'clock at night. And for me, I try to be going to bed by 9 o'clock. And so with that meeting, usually I'm dog tired. But when I get on the call with other people, I draw energy from other people. And that like pumps me up. So then when I get off the call, I have to like wind down because I'm energized from being around other people. So then in terms of the words that go along with the flight attendant, for me, it's natural for me to be friendly and sociable. And I'll be honest, I would have never thought this was me prior to taking this assessment. Like, I didn't know that I was a people person and that I drew energy from other people. I was clueless. I had no idea. So that's one of the reasons why this assessment is so important, because it helps you to see the truth. Is it 100% accurate? Absolutely not. Nothing is 100% accurate, but it comes close. Like a lot of it is true. And for me, understanding who I am helped me to really walk into my purpose. So they say that 15%, 15% of people are self-aware. So drop in the comments, you personally, how self-aware are you? And when I say self-aware, having this understanding of who you really are. I talk a lot about how we lie to ourselves, and it's not intentional. Like for me to say I'm self-motivated, that's what I thought my truth was. I thought I was motivated by internally, and I don't need other people in order to achieve a goal. I thought I was self-motivated. Turns out I'm more inspired and I'm more equipped to do more when I see the success of other people. So, for example, when I was going to do a short term rental in the West End, I saw other people who were successful at short term rentals in the West End. And I thought, oh, well, if they can do it, I can too. So that's my mentality. However, you need to figure out what motivates you. And I don't like necessarily use that word, but what is it that drives you? That's a better word. What drives you to success? Like, what is the reason why you would want to get started investing in real estate? Is it to go on vacation? Is it to spend time with your family? Is it to pay off student loans? Like, what is it? And so when we think about this idea of the flight attendant and how you influence and interact with others, think about being on a team, whether that's a basketball team, a football team, a volleyball team. Like there's a person on the team who maybe, is the best scorer. And then there's somebody on the team who is able to pass the ball. Like they don't want to shoot. They just want to pass the ball. They're that person that has the most assists. Or in the volleyball, the person that sets. I look at the person who sets the ball. What are they doing? They're setting up someone else to score. That person is probably a grounds crew because they love the ability to set other people up for success. There's a good number two man, if you will. But as we're talking about building relationships, where are you? If you're looking at these words, which ones resonate with you the most? Are you a little bit introverted and reserved? Chances are, if that is you, when I say building relationships, it probably almost makes you want to throw up, right? It makes you sick to your stomach because That's not what you naturally like to do. That's why I'm saying once you understand yourself, then maybe you partner with somebody who is more inspiring and more energetic and extroverted so that you all can work well together. But it starts with you knowing yourself so that you can know where your opportunities are for improvement. Optimistic, expressive, or are you a little bit soft spoken? Are you a little bit introspective? You can be charming. You know what I'm saying? So just understanding you is so very important. So I just wanted to hop on here and talk about the importance of building relationships as it relates to real estate. I want you to start building relationships now. That looks like going to your real estate investor association. So in my town, it's called CREA, the Kentucky Real Estate Investors Association. So you'll want to join your local REIA, REIA, whatever your state is. It's probably, South Carolina REIA or whatever, and join that organization. There's the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. You don't have to be a broker in order to join. You can join as an affiliate. And what is this going to help you to do? Well, it with RIA, it's going to help you to be around other investors, and you're getting to talk the talk and listen to the language and start to learn. As well as with the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, that's a great place to find agents. So you're joining organizations that are naturally going to be talking about real estate so that you can start building those relationships. So that's all I got for you today. I'm Coach Dana Spencer. Go ahead and head over to Instagram. Start following me on Instagram. I'm about to drop some amazing content that's going to be hitting my website, CoachDanaSpencer.com. And I'm super excited. I've got a 5-day mini series coming out, as well as one of my master classes that I'm offering for free. So I'm super excited. That should be dropping this week. My goal is to finish that out tomorrow. So preferably I'll have that to you where you can get access to that by the end of the week. So go ahead and hit me with a follow. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and drop some questions in the chat if you have some questions about investing in real estate, where to start, how to get help, whatever questions you have, I'm here to help you. I'm Coach Dana, and until next time, I will see you next time.